guys, this is Professor Galvan, and today I want to talk about something that really helped me with when I was coming up and I was training, and I want to share with you guys. Maybe this is going to help. One of the things about it is that sometimes you're training and you don't know what's missing or you don't know what's wrong, and you get stuck. All right, so I'm going to give you an easy answer for you guys, or an easier answer for you guys to understand what is wrong with your training and how you can get the best out of it. So I tell everybody, I always work by the Jiu-Jitsu triangle. So not our logo. That's not what I mean. I mean this. They say there's always 3 parts to your training, and you have to focus on 3 parts of your training. All right. So just like a triangle, I really want all 3 of these sides to be equal, but sometimes they're not equal. All right. You're stronger in one area than the other, and I'm going to explain. The 3 areas that I want you guys to be conscious of. The first one being your physical. All right. So sometimes we have techniques that require just a little bit more flexibility, maybe a little bit more cardio. You need more cardio while you're rolling, maybe a little bit of strength to be able to do a certain movement, or just physical understanding of the movement. All right. Not mental understanding, physical understanding. Can I do the technique correctly first? That's like the first layer of us understanding the physical part of jiu-jitsu, all right? So let's go to number 2. What's number 2? Number 2 is our mental. Do I literally know do I understand the technique? Do I know the technique, all right? So sometimes you just don't even know the technique and you need that mental. So you need to come in and learn a technique. Okay, somebody's passing my guard. I need to learn how to do this guard control or defense or whatever, or person is putting their hands on my chest and he's inside my guard. How do I get the arm bar from there? I need to learn that. And some of you guys know it, and some of you guys know it, but still don't understand it. And that communication between physical and mental is really important. Having those 2 things kind of connected is really, really important, all right? And then the last one is our third side to our triangle, and that is our experience, all right? So how do we gain experience through jiu-jitsu? I tell everybody that your experience usually comes from sparring. So I want you to understand why we need to spar. Imagine you guys are in a football team and you're practicing with your coach and you're learning the plays, all right? So quarterback, these guys have to block, the quarterback has to throw the ball, the other guy has to go and catch it, right? I don't know who that other guy is. I don't play football. But I know the quarterback has to throw the ball. So when you're practicing and learning the plays, you're just practicing and learning. You know what? Everything kind of goes at a shorter rhythm, and everything is really clear, and it always works out because you're practicing. You're just practicing, right? Then the next level of practice is going to be a scrimmage. It's not a real game, but it's not a fake game. It's kind of like in the middle, all right? So when we come and spar, it's not a real fight, all right? But it's still a fight. So we're kind of like in the middle. You understand? So that's the whole point of sparring, is having those scrimmages. And then you're going to get to the scrimmage and you're a football player, right? And you're the quarterback, and you come back and tell the coach, and tell him, look, you know what? This play doesn't work because the guy that's in front of me right here, he's supposed to block this one guy and he's not doing his job. And then they're tackling me and we're losing. You understand? So what do I need to do? I either need to change the play or change that player. You understand? So what do you do in your jiu-jitsu? Either you change your technique or don't do that technique to that person. If you're a white belt fighting a black belt and I showed you an arm bar in fundamentals, guys, it's not going to work, all right? It's going to be real hard for you to get that black belt, all right? But you go against another white belt, hey, maybe the technique will work on them. You understand? You just can't give up. You just need to know where you need to adjust, all right? That's it. So I tell everybody, this is where you need to know. So is it physical, is it mental, or is it experience? You know, some of you guys come in and you guys have some kind of experience. Also, I have a couple of you students that are in law enforcement, military, have prior experience in grappling. So you guys come in and you have a little bit of base in that experience. So you guys will have like a decent amount of experience. Not a lot, but a decent amount. And then you guys are physical, you guys are strong, but then you're lacking technique. So we have number 1 up here. You're physically able. You guys are strong guys, right? You have number 3, your experience, and you have a decent amount of experience. You got it in a fight. You've done the training before. You've done something else. But the amount of technique is just, it's bad. So now we have a lopsided triangle. I don't have an equal triangle. I have a lopsided triangle. And however you want, it's always going to be one is stronger than the other, or 2 are stronger than the other. Or it happens, you know what? Some of you guys are that new that you guys might be physical, or you guys are smart. You guys are really smart. Just because you joined my class, you guys are smart. So you guys come in with just a line, and I have to fill in the rest, and that's okay. And you say, but you know where you are at. You know what? I'm smart enough to understand the technique, but you know what? My cardio's bad. You know what? I'm 40 years old. I haven't worked out since high school. Man, you know what? My workout is bad. I can't withstand the warm up. I can't get through that. That's the big hurdle right there. So I want you guys to know this. 1, 2, 3. There's 3 parts to my class. Every single time that you come in, you're going to get a physical, and this is our warm up. All right. Some of you guys can't get past this. This is really important. If you don't have enough cardio to fight, if you don't have enough strength to do a couple push-ups, you don't have enough understanding, physical understanding, to be able to do a shrimp or a roll, a front break fall. How are we going to get into the technique when you're not able to do that technique physically, just not able to do that technique, right? The other one is mental. What's the mental? It's me teaching techniques and you guys learning the next technique, whether it's in fundamentals or in advanced or in no-gi or in any of the classes, even kickboxing or taekwondo. If you guys are learning some kind of technique, you're going to progress. You're going to start moving. Oh, look, you know what? This is the next step. What if he grabs me like this? Oh, we covered that too. Oh, what if he puts his hands here? Oh, we're going to work on that next week, or we did that last week. You got to start adding techniques. And then the experience is sparring. Sparring is not just sparring, just drilling sometimes. I tell you guys, hey, one person on top, one person on the bottom. Person on the bottom is trying to escape. Person on top, just hold. That drill is sparring. It's just a different kinds of sparring. I'm not letting you armbar or choke or anything like that, but you're still learning sparring. But it's very specific sparring, So I tell everybody, you have to get into that spot. So this is how you do it. You have a technique, you have a problem in your game. You come in and you start looking at it. Is it physical? Am I not strong enough? There are techniques in jiu-jitsu that you need a lot of flexibility, like an inverted guard. Getting all the way upside down, staying on your shoulders, and still being able to attack and manipulate the other person. That's a big deal. There are some people that tell me, hey man, I can't get upside down. That's just like a very hard thing for my neck, for my shoulders, for my back. I'm a big guy, I can't get upside down. That flexibility that's where you're lacking. So there's some techniques that are completely just right off the table. I can't do that. You understand? Or there are other techniques that need flexibility, some kind of movement, shrimping, bridging, something. And it's like, hey, you know what? Every time I bridge, my hip is killing me, man. I can't do that. So we have to adjust for it. We have to learn something new, something different. You know what? We might not have to bridge. If they're on mounts and we're trying to bridge them, but hey, it's killing my lower back. All right, you know what? We shrimp. We push that knee down and get away, and it'll change the technique, all right? But that physicality has to be there. The next one is mental. Manny, you know what? I went to a tournament and this guy beat me. And I'm like, okay, how did he beat me? He did this really weird arm bar that I've never seen. What are you lacking? You're lacking that technique. You didn't come for enough classes to learn technique and then get to the next level. You understand? So you will start seeing, like, what is the problem in jiu-jitsu? Either I'm not understanding the technique, I'm not communicating the physical to mental, or I just don't know the technique. That's just really simple. So many times I've had students tell me, hey, I saw this on YouTube. And I'm like, that's okay, all right? You're learning a technique, but there are certain techniques that you need a foundation in. And if you're a beginner and you don't have that foundation, you will be able to do this technique, but you won't be able to accomplish it because you don't have all the experience that goes from the basic to the advanced. You understand? And most of the time, it's lower ranked students that are coming in with a higher rank, like, oh man, I saw this black belt at the World Championships do this technique, I really want to do it. And I'm like, okay, that you need a whole lot of foundation before you get to here. You understand? And the last one is experience. Is how much time are you putting on the mat? How many classes are you coming in to spar? How many classes are you coming in to drill? Am I consistent with my training? Just consistency is one of the things that kills most of the students. It's consistency. Just promising yourself, you know what? I need to be here 2 times a week. That's why I tell everybody, 2 times to me is the minimum. You understand? Like I train every day, Monday through Saturday, every single day. I'm always thinking, I'm always learning, I'm always moving. Every single day I come home, I'm studying. I'm either studying jiu-jitsu or any of the other martial arts that I'm doing, and I'm always reading, I'm always looking, videotapes, whatever, but I'm constantly evolving. I'm always moving in that direction. You understand? And don't get me wrong, I'll get to a technique and I'll be like, you know what? I don't have the physical for that. I just can't do that movement. That's an awkward movement for my body type. That's awkward movement for my specific game. And I'll change it, or I just won't do that technique and be like, look, you know what? That's outside of my realm. I don't even like the technique. I'm not going to put it into my game. You know what I'm saying? And then there's some things that are like, hey, that's perfect. That goes with me. It doesn't matter if I got to get inverted or whatever. I can still do like 99% of the movement, right? So a lot of it is this, guys. What are we missing? And what part of your triangle are you missing for your next technique, for your next step, for your competition, for your training? You know, start looking at that. I'm going to be honest, guys. We have 3 parts to our class. Most of the time, it's warm-up, technique, and sparring or drilling. You understand? If you are practicing or you're losing in any of these areas, you need to start working on it, all right? So one of my students was getting very tired in the warm-up. And I'm like, every single month, I change the warm-up just so I can challenge every single student, all right? So this student, he was actually a higher rank. And I started telling him, you need to start picking it up. You need to start running, you need to start doing, you need to start working, go to Gold's Gym workout, whatever, or just run around your block and get more cardio. When you come back to class, you're gonna be fresh and start fighting, you understand? So what did he do? He started doing it. He starts running. Now I see him, and I see everybody on Instagram and on Facebook and on their phone, on their stories. Hey, I ran so much. That's awesome. That's what I need to see. How much are you trying? You understand? And where are you going to go and get better? So he needed a lot in the physical. He did it. You understand? He went out and started doing it, or at least just come to class. Come to more classes, and it's going to get easier as you progress. The more classes you do, the easier it's going to be. The warm up is going to be the icing on the cake. It's going to be super easy because, like, oh man, my body's ready. You understand? I had one of my students told me, man, I could never do 20 push-ups. I've never been able to do 20 push-ups. And in one semester, it was 3 months, we did every week, we were going to add on push-ups. You understand? So first week, I think we did 20. Next week, we did 30. Following week, we did 40 and 50 and 60. We got up to, I wanted to do 100 and 100, but I think I cut it off because the semester was ending, right? But at the end of it, he says, I can't believe I did that many push-ups. I've never been able to do 20 push-ups in a row. He was so weak that he couldn't do the push-ups. And then at the end of that semester, from then on, he's been able to do 20 push-ups. I asked him to do 20 push-ups, it's like nothing, bump, 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 bump. But he worked on it, he pushed it, and he said, I need to work on that. You understand? If you need more mental, you need more techniques, keep coming to class. Every single time that we're teaching, every week, I'm teaching you fundamentals, advanced, no-gi things, but you need to acquire and keep. It's too many times I teach a technique, you guys will do it for the week and then forget. You can't forget, you gotta keep that technique, keep that idea, and then it's gonna like grow and grow and grow and grow, all right? And the last one, experience. If you're not consistent, if you're not sparring, right? If you're not drilling, if you're not in class and trying this technique on willing people that are resisting, all right, it's gonna be harder for you to get there. Now, that being said, if you're a beginner, if you're like in the first few months, I tell you guys, you don't even have to spar. But we are a fighting school. We are a combat school. If you ever see any of our shirts on the back, it says combat team. It does not say competition team, because I really need you guys to learn to fight. Somebody attacks you out in the street, that medal, that trophy is not going to help you. You need to know how to translate what we're doing in class into real life self-defense. And if you're not giving yourself enough time to spar and really resist against each other, you're lacking in that area, all right? So you guys might have a really tall triangle, have lots of physical, lots of technique, but you have short experience. You understand? So I don't want a skinny triangle. I want an equal triangle, right? That equal triangle means that you're progressing a whole lot faster So it's not about like being the best. There's always going to be somebody better. But it's about progressing faster, all right? And getting to where you want to be, like when you want to get there. How many of you guys want to learn self-defense or be able to defend yourself now? Of course. You know, it's impossible for me to teach you now, but if you progress faster, you will get there way earlier. You understand? And I need that equal triangle, all of it there. But it's on you. It's not on me most of the time. Sometimes I'll see you and I'll be like, you know what? You're missing this, this, this. You know what I'm saying? But it's also you. You need to see which part are you missing. And if any of these parts are missing, then we need to kind of work on, you know what? I'm going to come in and just come into technique and just work on my technique. Bump, bump, bump. I need to learn this, 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 this. Perfect. Work on that technique. You know what? I've been getting really tired. I need to come in and do the warm up a little bit harder, run a little bit faster, push myself a little bit more. You know, get those like 15, 20 minutes at the beginning of class, like hard, you know, and get the best warm up I need, you know. Or, you know, you need more experience. Hey, you know what? I've been missing Friday's open mat and I haven't been coming in and rolling. I need to come in and roll, get a little bit more roll time and get me there. I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm not the rule, I'm the exception. I tell everybody that when I started in jiu-jitsu, I was so gung-ho for jiu-jitsu, I lost a lot of things. I sacrificed a lot of things. Sacrificed my school, sacrificed a lot of family. I even sacrificed friends. If you don't have time for jiu-jitsu, then you're not my friend. I'm here. I need to do this because this is what I love. I know I'm going to do this and I'm going to keep pressing through. So to me, it's kind of like I was just very, very focused. Very focused. You understand? So I kept training, learning. You know, I had a lot of private lessons with my instructors. I still take a lot of private lessons with my instructors when I can. All right? Or seminars or learning from videos. Whatever I can do, I do. All right? I also try to train as much as I can. So whenever I'm rolling, I'm trying to roll. Whatever chance I get. Last night, we had like about 15, 20 minutes and only about 3 or 4 people stayed after class. And I was like, you know what? I have a chance. I'm going to start rolling today. I don't have a chance all the time, but I still try to roll as much as I can. When I was a beginner, I was always rolling. Every single day, every single hour, I was rolling, training, all right? But, like I said, how are we going to get better faster? That's like the biggest deal, all right? Learn what part of your jiu-jitsu is missing, start working on it, all right? And let's get to the next step, all right? All right, hopefully this helped out, guys. I'll talk to you guys soon.